Hi, this is Laura Turner, and today I'm going to talk with you about how to write a presentation. The most important part of writing presentations is, of course, to write it all down and be very prepared, because you're going to want to, if you're not going to memorize it, you're going to want to actually have everything in front of you so you don't get lost and you don't forget what you need to say. You can, of course, as I have in front of me right now, write down your notes all in one page, but sometimes it's a little difficult to glance down and figure out where you are. So what I like to do is to use note cards. These are just some that I've made myself here. And note cards are very good because you can take them out and you can actually, sort of pinpoint where am I in the speech, and what is going to be my next point. Do not fill up your note card too much with too much stuff because you're not going to be able to figure out what you're trying to say. Also, try to write clearly. I often have problems reading my own writing sometimes if I write too fast. So really take time with your note cards. I've actually used note cards before that I have printed off typeface onto so that I can actually read it. So don't fill up your note cards too much and have them as a sort of easy access kind of thing, because if you're going through a speech and you're glancing down once to take your first point, when you're done with that point, you're going to glance down and you're going to say, oh, I have to go to the next point now. So it's a really handy way for you to organize yourself in your presentation. Aside from note cards, also think about how you can use visual elements in your presentation, because people probably don't want to just listen to you talk at them throughout your entire presentation, especially if you're giving a presentation on statistics or something like that. So think about how you can refer to your visual elements and also put that into your note card so that you don't forget, where am I? If you're in a classroom setting, write down, the track number of the DVD that you're going to use so you don't end up sort of panning through the whole DVD and not finding it. So the key to doing a good presentation is to having everything right in front of you. And finally, make handouts for the audience if necessary. If it's something really complex that they're going to need to take home with them, sort of give them that courtesy of saying, here, I have these visual elements, I'm talking to you, but I also want you to be able to look at this later. And finally, know the goal of your presentation and make sure that you are working toward that goal. So for example, you're doing a presentation on global warming, and your goal is, I want people after this presentation to realize that global warming is the worst crisis of our time, right? Make everything in your presentation work toward that goal. Make sure that you come away from the presentation feeling as though it made a difference. Those are just some ways to write a presentation.